Alright guys, and another spoiler video for Sun Goten leader. The Sun Goten leader is one of those leaders where it's very similar to the Trunks Cheetah match, or it's very similar to the Trunks Cheetah deck where you're able to play things from your drop area and then play it in rest mode, and then they have their effects come out. It has a lot of the EX Evolve mechanic as well, but it's a slightly different than Trunks Cheetah. It's going to be using green cards, but also being able to do things during the activate battle sequence. So for those of you guys who don't know, this leader, what it does is you look at the top 5 cards of your deck, and you add either a green Goten Adolescent, or you either add a Sun Gohan Adolescence that's green, or you add a Sun Goten that's green as well. So this is one of those cards where this is one of those decks where you're able to generate a +1 by going first, whereas other decks before where you have to attack to generate a value, this one does not have to attack on the front side to be able to generate a +1. And then this, like most of the leaders in this set, it's able to awaken if you have a family Kamehameha emotions delivered on the battle area, which is this card right here, which is family Kamehameha emotions delivered. It's basically a 1 energy for 1 Z energy. You can Z stack one of your Gokus from the deck. The Z stack, you're going to be Z stacking this Goku right here to place underneath the Kamehameha. And then at later stages of the game, I think about like turn 4 is when you're able to pay 1 energy for this to play the Goku from underneath him, and then this grants a triple strike for like 2 energy. So this is basically what it does. So yeah, we're gonna get into the gameplay right away. On the backside, so what it does is if you want to awaken, you take life until you have 6, and then you draw 2. When you have the family Kamehameha, then you alt face this guy, and then you basically, whenever you play a Gohan Adolescence or a Goten with a cost of 6 or more, you draw a card. So that's how this deck is able to draw a card. But it also draws card by playing the Sun Goten 1-drops or the Sun Gohan Goten's 1-drop. So these are the 1-drops that they play. When this card is played, draw 1 card. This one does the same thing. When this card is played, draw 1 card, and it also plays their counterparts. So this card, the Goten will play the counterpart Gohan, and the Gohan will play the counterpart Goten from the deck. So it's basically much like the 1-drops from Trunks Cheetah deck. Pretty much the same thing where you have the 4-drops. You can just pay 1 energy to EX Evolve on top of them for 1 energy. And instead of drawing a card, you look at the top 5 cards. So it's kind of like it doesn't draw you a random card; it draws you a Sun Gohan card to go up the chain, basically. So that's pretty much it. Your main finisher is going to be this card right here, Emotions Delivered. So this is pretty much the main card that you use to finish off your opponent. It doesn't have any strike abilities, but what it does do is if it does do damage, it does KO an opponent's battle card, and it also makes them discard a card if this deals damage. So you can only choose one or the other. This deck is very much Unison hate. There's a lot of skills that remove markers off of the Unison on the 6-drop especially. So the 6-drop Gohan here is able to deal critical by activate battle by EX evolving, or basically it's kind of an EX evolve. Your leader is able to reduce the EX evolve cost by discarding one of your green cards, or any card actually. So you can discard any card from your hand, and then whenever you want to activate the activate battle on a Sun Gohan or a Goten that costs 6, you can reduce that skill cost by 1 green. So enough talking, we're going to go straight into the gameplay. So we're going to pretty much shuffle our deck here. Okay, so the card you want to start off with is the 1-drop. So you do have the 1-drop here, and then you'll be able to start us off. You can also get the next part of the chain, which is the Goten. So we're going to keep this and the Goten. And I don't think we need the Gohan just yet, but it does help us draw, so we're going to keep that too. So we're going to mulligan the Vegeta away. Okay, we're going to start the turn off. Most likely we're going to charge the Unison here. We won't be needing it right now, and plus I'm trying to teach you guys the archetype. Okay, so we're going to activate the main here to look at the top 5, and then we're going to add a 6-drop, I believe. Yeah, we have a 6-drop here, and we also have an 8-drop. I think we want to get the 6-drop because it goes up the chain. Okay, so we shuffle the deck, and pretty much we get our +1 there. And then we pay 1 energy to play either the Gohan or the Goten. Let's just play the Gohan. Since we have both, we're going to be able to draw a card. And that's pretty much it. So when on your on your opponent's turn, if they attack you, you want to be able to Z charge so that you can awaken on the next turn. So you're gonna probably Z charge the other name in your hand, and they're gonna put this in the Z energy. You're not gonna take any life, but you could if you want to, if they just attack you somehow, because you're gonna go down to 6 life anyways. So there's really no point in preserving that life. Okay, so you're just doing this to Z charge essentially. Okay, then the turn passes over to you, and then you just draw for turn, draw your SCR. We're going to charge the Goku here. Before we awaken, we want to use the ability again. So we look at the top 5. Okay, and then you're going to add a Saiyan that costs, or Sun Gohan, so we whiffed. Unfortunate for us, but it does happen. Now that we shuffled our deck, now we want to be able to pay 1 energy, send this off to the drop, and then get your family Kamehameha. So that's what you'll do. The family Kamehameha will then be able to Z-stack the Goku, so that's what's going to happen. You're going to Z-stack this Goku. Okay, you fulfill the awakening condition because now you have 2 energy or more energy, and then you have the emotions delivered family Kamehameha. You're going to alt face this. You're going to draw 2. All right, cool. So this is when the pretty much you go plus a lot. What you're gonna do now is you're gonna play either a Gohan or a Goten from your drop area. So you're gonna play the one drop. Comes out in rest mode. Okay, and then now that you have the Goten out here, you can pay the 1 energy here to EX evolve into the 4 drop. And then when he EX evolves, he restands himself. So what you're going to do here is you're going to look at the top 5 cards of your deck, and then you're going to add in another copy of Gohan, I guess. Okay, so you're not going to be doing much. You aren't able to draw a card unless you play a Goten or Gohan, that's 6 or more. And these cards are only 4 cost and 1 drop, so you won't be able to do much. So you're just going to swing for 15 here, and then you could swing with this guy, but then you won't be able to play the 6 drop. Okay, so it's your opponent's turn now. Everything is in pretty much in active mode. You do have a free combo power basically to do this. Put this in your Z if you want. I'm gonna put this in your in the drop actually because you want the Gohan in the drop area so they can revive it for later. And then you're gonna probably take some damage. Yeah, and then homicidal clones. Take another damage because this game's pretty fast. So you're gonna take some damage here. Go down to 4. So you have a token blocker. Let's say it blocks 2 on top of that. Okay, so the turn starts over to you. Let's charge a Demigra because we don't have the villain yet. Okay. From here, you're going to use the leader ability to revive. Very much like Vegeta, it's very, very similar. So you play this card, you're going to draw a card. Now we're going to EX evolve into the 4 drop. The 4 drop's going to be able to look at the top 5. Hopefully we'll be able to get a 6 drop here. We did not, but we did get another 6 drop here. So yeah, let's get the 6 drop. And then you can actually swing with the Gohan here and then activate battle. You can play this guy on top of him. And then he'll be swinging in for 20k crit. And then but from there, when you do play the activate, if you do play a 6 cost or more, you're able to draw a card. So it replaces himself. And you also have the ability to discard cards from your opponent's hand. But the thing is, you already declared an attack, so you won't be able to use this ability to discard a card from your opponent's hand unless you do it right away. But you can't do that. You don't have the Goten yet, so we're gonna pass here. Yeah, we can simply much pass here. Keep the Goten here, but we could also attack with him. So let's click our attack here. We don't have the Goten to EX evolve in here, so we just pass. Okay, so it's our opponent's turn after we attack with this, and so we can just basically combo. We can play this card, and then we can discard a card from our hand. We can discard something like the Mira, I guess. Okay, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. Negate the attack, homicidal clone again. Just go down real low. Okay, and then block. Okay, so then when it's our turn again, we draw. Should be a pretty easy, straightforward deck to play. Not much variation. Charge another unison here. Okay, so from here you can actually just play your power plays. Let's see if we have our 8 drop. We do not have the 8 drop yet, so we have to find a way to get it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play out the Gohan from our hand, and then we're gonna draw a card. Okay, and we draw into the 8 drop, so that's good. So now we can just play this guy for 1 energy, so that's what we're going to do, 1 energy. What this card reads, if your opponent has 3 or more energy, which they will have when you have 4 energy, and you have a Z battle card, you can play this card for 1 energy. When this card attacks, remove 2 unison markers, and then also, if it ever deals damage, you can choose one. Either you KO an opponent's battle card, or your opponent discards a card from their hand. So you played a 1 card, you basically played a 1 energy for 30k. So let's pretty much swing with everybody here. Then you can swing with him. Use the ability of this card. Now that you have a Gohan 8 drop and a Goten 8 drop being attacked or in battle, you can pay the 1 energy to play the Goku from underneath. This Goku has the ability where if it is played, you get to choose one of the Goten emotions delivered. So you're going to restand him. So he's hitting for 30k here without any critical. But if you do damage, you get the KO or discard a card. And then from there, if you want to swing again with this guy, you can just rest him, pay 1 energy, and then give him triple strike. Okay, so this way it gets triple strike damage, and then this is hitting for 30 as well. So I think this card reads, yeah, so it doesn't matter. So this is gonna do another 3 damage with critical. You can give this guy 10k as well using this ability to activate battle. You can limit one if your battle card with both an energy cost on or your leader, both green or adolescence, is in battle. You can remove this card from the game, which we will. And then this gets a plus 10k, so this is be hitting for 40k, triple strike crit. So this is how you can deal a lot of damage, and then you have your leader swing. So the deck's pretty much linear. I wouldn't recommend doing this on 4, but if the deck has to do this on 4, I think it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad compared to other decks that can do this on turn 3. So I don't see this deck overtaking the Gohan deck that's already currently out. I think this deck is still going to be behind it on several tiers. It's pretty inconsistent too because you always need to draw the 8 drop if you want to do the damage. But other than that, it just just draws and EX evolves. Nothing special. So you play the broken stuff like being able to overwhelm. You have the cells. You have the cell max that can do quad strike. It's a very linear deck, and I don't see it doing much in this metagame. But if you guys still want to play, then don't take my word for it. The Z deck doesn't have much different cards either. So I wouldn't expect it to do well as well. They just made this card really shitty. If this card was a lot better, where you don't have to pay the green energy, it'd be much, much better, but they balanced the heck out of it to where it's unplayable. Okay, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Yeah, I'll definitely be making another green one. I think Broly is the next one on the calendar, but I don't find Broly to be very captivating to me, but I'll still make the video no matter what. Okay, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.